There's no way black crab is as good as Krusty Krab. It's my obligatory SpongeBob reference. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking the brand new original film starring Noomi Rapace, and that is Black Crab. This one had me so interested. We're going to talk about it super quick. Get in that comment section down below. To end an apocalyptic war and save her daughter, a reluctant soldier embarks on a desperate mission to cross a frozen sea carrying a top-secret cargo. Like I said, Noomi Rapace stars in this film. It is rated TV mature for some moderate violence and gore, but some extremely severe, frightening, and intense scenes. Nothing too crazy beyond that, but definitely veers into that territory every now and then. Now, I love Noomi as an actor. The beginning of this film is heart-wrenching because you don't entirely know the setup to all of this. We kind of go from one location to the next, but that opening gives you everything you need to know about the movie. It is dark, it is intense, but they are fighting this war that requires she and multiple people with her to go on what feels like a suicide mission. Now, within this mission, they are skating across frozen waters in a war-torn Sweden. And yes, I said skating. It sounds really silly, but it's actually, in my opinion, the best part of the movie. Some of the visuals behind these almost post-apocalyptic feeling sci-fi-ish scenes here are really cool, but it is all out of desperation, this entire mission. But she has something personal at hand here because she is attempting to get back something that means the absolute world to her, what pushes her all throughout this movie. And because she's such a good performer, you buy it, you get that, you gravitate towards that emotion almost immediately. That is the best part of the movie. Well, that and the scenes where they're skating on the ice. Again, that was really cool. Now, there is a certain comfort level with certain things that happen in this movie and what a lot of people are experiencing in reality right now. I couldn't help but to think about that as I was watching this movie. So in a sense, it heightened my fear. It broke my heart maybe a little more than even the intentions were. Did it make the quality of the actual script better? Not necessarily. There are definite issues with just the generic nature of this mission, and I think being a mishmash of many apocalyptic and sci-fi-ish things we've seen before, without giving us a lot in terms of heart from other characters. Our main character has heart, I'll give it that. I don't entirely know if the movie came together at the end of the day because I did find it to be just a bit on the dull side. Visually, it's great, and like I mentioned with the plot, there are really good things here. But all throughout the movie, we get scenes and circumstances and ideas that just come into play and then they're gone, with what feels like within seconds of them playing any significance in the first place. And a lot of these ideas presented, we never come back to them. I mean, who are we fighting? What's actually going on? What's up with this war? You know what I mean? I had so many questions throughout, and I understand taking the personal approach because that's clearly established at the beginning, but I had too many questions to really enjoy the story at hand, if that makes sense. Is what we get after that introduction 1 year later, many years later, like I'm just questioning all of the things happening because the film, it's almost like it forgets to present really important information, and these are just generic things, right? When you watch the movie, there are more very specific details that I questioned throughout that you may question yourself. Now, there are things to enjoy here. Like I said, visually, it works. The lead performance, it works. The supporting characters, I didn't really care about anybody. I didn't really know anyone's name. There are people presented to us. I'm like, oh, we're going to learn who this guy is. Oh, no. There are betrayals throughout that don't really come back into prominence. People who are doing things for their own personal benefit, and I understand it is wartime in this movie, but I just found myself not fully embracing and accepting a lot of the plot points here. Now, it does all culminate and come to a head, but at the same time, I'm not sure if those visually exciting moments were enough to bring it all home at the end of the day. So overall, it did slightly fall flat, but there are things to enjoy if you can look past that. I rhymed. Before I give you my score, if you enjoyed this Netflix review, I talk all things streaming every single weekend, so if you'd like to support that, I would appreciate it, and drop that thumbs up down below. It is not without its occasionally stunning visuals, but the plot points presented create too many questions, and it follows a fairly generic formula. I'm going a 50% right down the middle. I feel like I've given a lot of 5s out of 10s lately, down the middle with my score. It's just another movie that's like, okay, I watched it. Netflix, what else you got? And that is a genuine question. What else you got? So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon.